This is an emergency broadcast transmission. We interrupt this programming to bring you an urgent message. This is a regional emergency alert, issued at the request of the Gryphon Sheriff's Department, at 10:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. A moderate level alert is in effect for Gryphon and surrounding counties, including Aranrika, Falkorian, Queendom, Francistria County, House Erie, and Rumer. The Gryphon Sheriff's Department reports a significant number of missing Gryphons. In the last 12 hours, 32 Gryphons have disappeared within the Enchanted Forest State Park. The circumstances surrounding these disappearances are unknown. Authorities are currently investigating. At this time, we urge all residents, especially vulnerable individuals, to remain vigilant. If you have any information regarding the missing Gryphons, please contact the Gryphon Sheriff's Department or your local law enforcement agency. This alert is in effect until further notice. Authorities are working diligently to locate the missing persons and ensure public safety. This concludes this emergency alert transmission. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.
I know.
Now.
We should be playing Peaches and Herbs reunited right now.
I know. It is kind of, I mean, I'm a little misty to see you.
It's really great. By the way, most people thought you were coming back at the end of the week, but when you saw the Oscars last year, you said, I need to be there
exactly.
to talk about that.
Must cover this story.
Right.
We've got a lot going on in the headlines.
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. This is a regional emergency alert, issued by the Gryphon Sheriff's Department, at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. Attention, all residents of the Gryphon region. This is not a test. We are on air with an urgent safety message concerning the recently reported missing Gryphons. Tragically, 14 of the 32 missing Gryphons have been discovered in Enchanted Forest State Park. Their condition is extremely disturbing. The bodies were mangled and torn to shreds. Search efforts are intensifying to locate the remaining missing individuals. However, due to the nature of the discovery, we are issuing a high-level alert. This alert specifically targets vulnerable populations, the elderly, the disabled, families with young children, and those living alone. Action required. Immediate and urgent. Lock and secure all doors and windows immediately. Ensure all entry points are impenetrable. Do not open your doors to anyone you do not know or are not expecting. If someone attempts to breach your home or force entry, immediately contact your local authorities. Dial 911 or your designated emergency number. Provide them with your location and a brief description of the situation. Remain vigilant. Be aware of your surroundings and report any suspicious activity to the Gryphon Sheriff's Department. This lockdown will remain in effect until an all-clear is issued. We understand this news is alarming. However, your safety is our utmost priority. Follow these instructions carefully and remain calm. Further information will be provided as it becomes available. We are working diligently to resolve this situation and ensure the safety of all residents. Stay alert and be prepared to take further action if necessary. This transmission will be repeated every hour. Stay tuned to this station for further updates. This is an emergency broadcast transmission. This is a regional temporary all-clear message issued by the Gryphonstone Sheriff's Department. Attention, all residents of Iranrica, Falcorian, Gryphonstone, Queendom, Francistria County, House Erie, and Rumor. A mandatory lockdown will be implemented at 10 p.m. tonight. This lockdown is for your safety, due to an ongoing threat involving a dangerous creature. The Creature Elimination Task Force, in conjunction with the Griffonia Army, are currently working to secure the region. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. Immediately begin preparing for the lockdown. First, secure your homes. Lock all doors and windows. Reinforce them if possible. Use available materials to barricade entrances. This includes furniture, wooden planks, or any other substantial objects. Second, stay indoors. After 10 p.m. no one is permitted outside. Failure to comply will result in immediate detention by law enforcement or military personnel. Third, avoid the Enchanted Forest State Park. The area remains unsafe due to the creature's potential presence. Do not attempt to enter the park for any reason. Fourth, remain vigilant. Listen for official updates. Monitor this broadcast station for further instructions. Be aware of your surroundings. If you see anything suspicious, immediately contact the Gryphonstone Sheriff's Department at 762-0450. Only call for legitimate emergencies. Fifth, power outages are possible. Prepare for potential disruptions. Ensure you have access to alternative light sources, battery-powered radios, and a supply of essential items, including food, water, and medication. Sixth, if you encounter the creature, do not approach it. Maintain a safe distance. Seek immediate shelter and contact authorities. Provide your location and a detailed description of the creature's whereabouts. Seventh, do not spread misinformation. Rely only on official sources for updates, including this broadcast station and the Gryphonstone Sheriff's Department. Repeat, lockdown commences at 10 p.m. Stay alert. Stay safe. Follow all instructions. Transmission ends. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.
What? That was so good. That's got you written all over it, Hoda.
Chocolate fudge and pretzel.
And I've never seen, I love to watch you eat, you know that, but I've never seen any food in your teeth. Why is that? Are yours just so close together? There's no room for smush? Because everything I eat is like in my teeth. Oh, just everything. Shall we, I could take a bite and you would see that that's true. But
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. We interrupt this programming, issued at the request of the Creature Elimination Task Force and the Gryphonstone Sheriff's Department. at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is a regional alert for Aranrica, Falcorian, Queendom, Francisctria County, Griffinstone, House Erie, Rumor. An extreme level emergency is in effect. Immediate action required. A mandatory lockdown is now in place for all residents. The Gryphonia Army is currently engaging a dangerous creature at the Enchanted Forest State Park and surrounding areas. Do not, under any circumstances, leave your homes. Seek shelter immediately. Lock all doors and windows. Stay away from windows. The Gryphonia Army has authorization to use lethal force. Anyone found outside will be considered a threat. Repeat. Do not go outside. If you go outside, you will either have to be killed by the army, or be killed by the creature. This is not a drill. This is an extreme emergency. Your life is in danger. Comply with these instructions immediately. Transmission on air. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. This is a regional emergency alert, issued at the request of the Carolina State Government and the Gryphonston Sheriff's Department. A regional evacuation order is now in effect for the following counties: Aranrica, Falcorian, Queendom, Francisctria County, Griffinston, House Erie, Rumor. This evacuation is mandatory and will commence at 3 p.m. today. This is not a drill. The Creature Elimination Task Force and Gryphonia Army have sustained significant losses. A highly dangerous entity, posing an imminent threat to civilian life, has proven too powerful to contain through conventional means. The only remaining course of action to ensure public safety is the destruction of the entity's location, the Enchanted Forest State Park, through a controlled bombing operation. Immediate evacuation is crucial to avoid potential casualties from the bombing operation and any associated unforeseen effects. Basic evacuation instructions follow. Prioritize the safety of yourselves and your families. Gather essential items, including medications, identification, important documents, food, water, and warm clothing. If possible, secure your homes by locking doors and windows. Assist neighbors, especially the elderly and those with disabilities, in their evacuation efforts. Proceed to the designated evacuation centers. Locations will be announced shortly via this broadcast and other emergency channels. Monitor on-air broadcasts for the locations of the evacuation centers. Use caution while traveling and follow instructions from law enforcement and emergency personnel. Avoid the Enchanted Forest State Park area at all costs. Do not attempt to return to your homes until authorities have declared the area safe. Repeat. This is a mandatory evacuation. Begin preparations immediately and be ready to depart at 3 p.m. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.
I don't understand. These are the items I use to lure Spike into spending as much time with me as possible. They are? You say?
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. Extreme alert. Gryphonstone region. On air. Ballistic missile threat. Impact imminent near Enchanted Forest State Park. Evacuate Gryphonstone immediately. Seek shelter outside city limits. This is not a drill. Transmission ends. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.
This is an important message transmission. This is a very important message, issued at the request of the Government of Defense Gryphona and Kotb State Government. A ballistic missile has been detonated in Enchanted Forest State Park in Gryphonstone. The target has been neutralized. Unfortunately, 90% of Gryphonstone has been destroyed. Approximately 5,000 Gryphons have perished, and 7,500 Gryphons are injured or reported missing. This is a dark day in Kotb and Gryphonia history. The current action mode is all clear. All of the alerts has been cancelled. On air. Now, we will observe a moment of mourning, followed by the national anthem.